the racetrack, getting the racetrack ran in. I don't think there was too many issues as far as, track prep goes. I thought they did a great job. I know some may have complained a little bit about, the infield, turtles that they put in the ground. So I know that they were taking a look at that, for our upcoming races. But all in all, I thought Bristol did an amazing job. And then having that many race cars and, trying to stay on schedule and beat curfew. I know there was a lot that goes into that on a weekly basis at a lot of racetracks. But when you have, almost 1,000 race cars or whatever they had there this week, obviously throws a little bit more of an issue as far as scheduling goes, and then trying to get all the cars in staging and in the infield. I don't think that will not be a big issue this weekend, so they can kind of focus on track prep and making sure the racetrack's good for us. But I thought they did a great job. The shows were good. You had, I thought there was more passing throughout the races than I thought there would be, especially in the late model races where, it was so fast of a racetrack for them. I thought it would be difficult for them to pass, but they put on a good race.
Just seeing how good those stock car races were in particular. I mean, I guess, does that make it, you're excited about this week? And then also following up on that, I mean, you've got a ton of dirt experiences, but most in lighter cars and open wheel cars.
Yeah, the cars on these cup cars on dirt tracks are totally different than anything that I've ever ran. As far as growing up, I have ran a few ARCA races on the dirt track. So I got a little bit of experience there. But like you said, the stock car races were probably the best of the week. I definitely, anytime they were on track, I tried to tune in and watch the guys really run all over the place. I thought Wednesday's track prep was great. Hopefully they'll have it kind of dialed in like that for us. I mean, it was smooth top to bottom, and they were running all over the racetrack. And so the speeds of the stock cars, I feel like is going to be more of the speed of our race cars. And I mean, hopefully we're all, bunched up in a pack, putting on a show for the fans.
What have you done to prepare for the Sunday's race?
Oh, what have I done to prepare? I went sprint car racing this weekend with my dad Friday, Saturday before we went up to Atlanta. I've ran a few laps on on my iRacing sim to just kind of see what the stock car is going to be like, kind of get the look of what Bristol is going to be like. Obviously some guys went and ran late models and stuff this weekend at Bristol. I think they'll be comfortable with the track and kind of the way everything looks, but I think everybody's going to be anxious to get in their cup car and see how it drives, because it's going to be totally different than really anything else we've ever driven on dirt, and especially at Bristol. So for me, just making sure my guys are doing everything with our race car that we can do to make it as best as possible. And then I watched all week there, the Bristol Dirt Nationals, to just, kind of see what the track was doing, the characteristics of it and things like that.
When you first heard about Bristol was going to race on a dirt, what was your reaction? A lot of guys have been shocked.
My initial reaction was I was bummed, because we were taking a regular race away from Bristol, because I feel like Bristol is one of the best racetracks that we go to on our schedule. And so when you're taking a race away from what I feel like is a really good racetrack already is difficult. And so I would rather have left both Bristol races and, gone to another dirt track or put dirt on Martinsville or something. So that was my initial reaction. But, watching the races this past week, I think they've done a phenomenal job of, really grooming and prepping the track for us. And, I think it's going to turn into a great race. So I'm excited.
Yeah, that being said, if I remember talking to you in an interview a couple of years ago, and I believe you said you were a spectator at the first Bristol dirt races like 20 years ago. And that was like one of the first races you ever remember.
Yeah, that was 2000, 2001, whenever that was. Me and my family went and watched the outlaw races there. I tried to get my dad to run, but he wasn't really racing full time back then at that time. And so, we just went and watched, but it was a neat event. Obviously, it'd be cool to get a win in the Cup car, and then hopefully Sheldon and my sprint car team can go get a win later in April.
And I was going to ask you, do you have any plans racing here in April when the World of Outlaws come back?
I won't. I'll be down in Talladega, actually racing my sprint car there across the street at the short track at Talladega Friday, Saturday night with my dad, and then obviously our Cup race there on Sunday. So I've got that already on the schedule. But my team will be at Bristol.
Do you think there should be more dirt races in Cup?
Oh, I don't think so. I think, I don't really, they've added more road course races already to what we normally have. I think a dirt race and the amount of road courses that we have right now, and then some of the racetracks that we're going to, going to Atlanta twice is a good thing. Going back to Nashville, a different market, is a good thing. But I don't think we should get too creative. I do like the mix up of the dates and moving those around and going to some of these racetracks at different times of the year. But as far as adding more dirt track races, I would say no as of now. If this is a really good show at Bristol, then I think you could talk about maybe doing a couple more.
And then Ricky, where do you think your team is right now? Where do you think you guys are good, and where do you think you need to improve the most?
I feel really good. We were decent at Phoenix, obviously a mile track, somewhat of a short track. Vegas and Homestead and Atlanta, those are racetracks that, are all 1.5 mile racetracks, but definitely are different from each other. And so, man, it seems like we've been about a 12th place race car at every event so far this year. We got off to a slow start Daytona and both Daytonas, but all in all, since then, I mean, we've been a 12th to 15th place car, just looking to find a little bit more speed and a little bit more handling. But I feel like we have a lot of potential as a race team still to get better. And, I think I feel really good about that. We've been consistent, and that's the things that we were working on this off season, is just looking for that consistency and, kind of trusting the process and enjoying the process that we've been working on, but, not get caught up too much in the results. Like, yeah, we want top 10s, but, we're the, 11th, 12th, 13th, we're right there on the hills of top 10. So we're still working hard, keeping our head down, not getting discouraged, and trying to creep forward just a little bit at a time.
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you joining us with Ricky, and I'll shoot you over the audio to that.